Hello everyone and welcome to Blockchain Technology. Every week I will be showing you and introducing you to a new blockchain technology resource which you can actually explore and identify how you can use in your own working life, or you can explore further to see how you can use as part of a project and so on. For this week's technology, I would want to introduce you to Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure is Microsoft's cloud computing development platform. So if you go to azure.microsoft.com, you will be able to have a look at what this platform does. It's a fantastic resource. I teach it here in the Galway Mayo Institute of Technology. On this platform, you're able to create instances of compute, networks, infrastructure, virtual desktops. You're able to create websites, databases, and so on. And these databases also can be SQL or NoSQL underpinned. The fantastic thing about being a GMIT student is that you get a free account. Okay? And when you get your free account, when you click on this resource here, it will give you 12 months of free services that you can access. Okay, so you get $200 credit, which equates to around 100 euros. It's free. It also tells you what type of services that you can actually get. So you can get Linux servers, virtual servers, 750 hours, Windows virtual machines, managed disks, SQL databases, binary large object storage, and so on. Okay, so because you're a student, you can actually, so all you have to do is type in Azure free student account. Okay, for students, and click on the activation now. Okay, so once you click on activate now, it will ask for your student details. There's no credit card needed. All it needs is your student email address, and every time you log on to Azure, it will be through the GMIT Microsoft portal, so the same portal that you use to access your email or your Learn Online Moodle. Okay, now the reason I'm showing you Microsoft Cloud Azure, because last year Microsoft introduced a blockchain service. Now if you, once you've registered your account, go into products, skip all the way down to here and click on blockchain. Okay, so it shows you various elements here of services that you can create. So you can easily define, create and manage Azure blockchain tokens, and we'll cover what tokens are throughout the course. If you want to have a look yourself at what these tokens are, you can explore further. But the one I want to look at is the Azure Blockchain Service. Okay, so you can see from the tagline, build, govern and expand consortium blockchain networks. This is a fantastic resource where you can actually build and pilot and test if you want to build a blockchain network. So if you want to, let's say, build a permissioned or private blockchain with a couple of entities and actors, just to trial out how it would work. You can see here you can deploy fully managed blockchain networks in a few simple clicks. Now the reason I love Microsoft Azure, because they've set it up that any type of resource that you need to deploy and manage can be done so in a couple of minutes and within a few clicks. Okay, Microsoft is very business analyst, quality analyst, technological analyst friendly. You do not need to know the full 360 degree software engineering skills to deploy various instances of compute. For more technical stuff, and I'll cover it later on in this video, they actually provide documentation in a step-by-step process to show you how to actually go about deploying various elements on Azure. Okay, so you can see here you can govern at scale with built-in governance and codeless consortium management. You can build blockchain apps with confidence and dev tools, and you can actually create smart contracts and store ledger data off-chain. And with GDPR these days, this ability to store sensitive data off-chain is becoming more and more paramount. So you can read this for yourself. I think the built-in consortium management is very cool on this feature. I'll just quickly press the video. So there you are, the manufacturer. There's the suppliers. There's the shipper and shippers who are distributing your product, and you'll see the ability to add new members to your permissioned blockchain. Is depicted in this video when I click. So you can see here, you can easily add new members to your actually blockchain. You can set the various permission levels. You can easily enable governed and private transactions, and you can monitor and report activity via their innovative dashboards. Okay, you can see various elements here. I'm not going to spend too much time. You can see the various entities and standards that these blockchains, Microsoft Azure Blockchain deployments and so on, are going. So if you're working in the health sector and you want to set up a private permission blockchain between yourself and a couple of actors, just a pilot to see how it will work, you can see that they're HIPAA accredited to ensure, and they're also CSA, the Cloud Security Alliance, accredited. Okay. As well as with cloud, if you're deploying cloud computing services, it's on a pay-per-use model. With blockchain, it's on a per-node pricing model. And further information about blockchain pricing is available here. You can see the customer advocates for services that, who are using the blockchain. The tutorial, sample code, and app development, I highly recommend. If you want to get started with blockchain, you start looking at that. And you want to look at the FAQs. It goes through the different pricing models, a basic and standard, the support available. Mostly you will be using the workbench for your blockchain applications. You can see here, where can I build my smart contracts? So the great thing about Azure is it's integrated with a portfolio of services which are available on the cloud in their marketplace. There's over 1,000 services there. So let's say you wanted to create your own smart contracts. It's integrated with both Visual Studio and Azure DevOps. Using the Visual Studio Code extension, you can write, test, debug, and deploy your contracts locally to your private chain or to a blockchain network. So it's just an incredible service which is all integrated. Once you get that, so once you've registered for your work through the actual, you can start then having a look at your dashboard. Now I've registered there. If you click into your portal, this is where all are and created. Okay. Now, I'm not going to go through all the items to the left. You can explore that to do with cloud resources and so on. Anything you do deploy is covered here in board. Probably the main thing to keep an eye on is your cost management. As I said before, if you deploy let's say a Linux server or a new type of server and you leave it running, remember as a student account you only have that €100 or $100, and money, and you won't dollars has request you to upload your credit card details. Okay, but in terms of creating a resource, let's have a look at the resources you can create on the blockchain. So I'll click it here now, and you can see the marketplace. Now this marketplace is fantastic. You can deploy any type of resource here. Let's say you want to deploy a new SQL database or Azure Cosmos database. You can just click it here, but we're interested in blockchain. Okay, type that into the search engine. Now these are the various elements of blockchain services that you can actually deploy on Azure. There's various ones here that you can deploy, but probably the two ones that you will be having a look at is the Azure Blockchain Workbench, where you can deploy the new Azure Blockchain Workbench and create blockchain applications, but also the Azure Blockchain Service. You can see the various plans here, the various overviews, and so on. Okay, and if you want to create something, you can go there. But let's go back to the marketplace. Let's try have a look at the Azure Workbench. Once again, you can see the plans. Okay, and you can see the overview there. Now, prior to deploying anything, I highly recommend that you actually look at the various instances of documentation. So when I click into that, you arrive in here into Azure's tutorial page. And you can see here you go through the various steps. So what is Blockchain Workbench about? How can I manage applications? And most importantly, how do I get started? So if I want to deploy it, it'll show me in a step-by-step guide how to deploy Blockchain Workbench. Okay, gives you a step-by-step guide. So here, sign into your Azure portal and go through the various steps. Here's your tutorial. Here are your videos, and so on. Okay, so that concludes today's blockchain technology of the week. I think it's one of the most important technologies out there, particularly relevant because you do have a GMIT student account and you can avail of this Azure platform to trial and develop various blockchain applications and hone up on your skills in terms of deploying, managing, piloted public or private permission blockchains. Okay, and one cool thing that you could do is that, if you know another student on this course, you could get, deploy a kind of permissioned blockchain where you're the manufacturer and the other student is the supplier, and kind of develop a little simple smart contract on that blockchain for a various transaction to go back and forth. Okay, thanks everyone. Highly recommend you register for your Microsoft Azure account and you trial out the various services on that. And next week we will look at another blockchain technology that you can perhaps use as a resource going forward. Thank you.